Taurus, what's going on? It's your girl D here with your December 2022 astrology reading. I hope all is well with everybody. Yes, the screen is black. It's meant to be that way. All right. So let's take a look at what's going on now. We know the North Node is still in your first house, and we have Uranus there. Uranus is in retrograde, and it's going to be in retrograde until January. I believe it's the 22nd. Right? So we're not worried about Uranus moving. You're still going to feel some of the same, things going on with Uranus in reference to your first house. Maybe you coming off as, I feel like all of these planets, I was just looking at the planets and I drew out your chart. What I do is I draw the charts out by hand, yeah, you could do the software thing and all that, but just me and the way I take things in. So I drew it out and I was looking and I was just feeling like a lot of you are at odds with either friends or family members. As far as if you have any, I feel like the relationships that you are having issues with, it could be marriage too, but I do feel like it could be more than one connection here where I just feel like you're going through a major transformation, long story short, and there are people around you that you are unfortunately seeing them for, who they are. And I feel like also what's going on is you're realizing that you may not have seen what you should have, or maybe you were, procrastinating, making change. But I feel like now is where change is going on in reference to you taking a stand. Now, I feel like this has been going on for you or building up for you since Uranus went retrograde in Taurus. But it's about to go direct in January. So for some of you who've been biting your tongue, holding back, I feel like, between now and January, you will have expressed yourself and how you feel about maybe the relationships you've had, the way you being treated. If there's any, issues, you will have expressed that to whomever, whether you've been putting it off, trying to keep the peace, that may come to an end because you may find out that these people could be intentionally doing what they're doing purposely, right? So if you don't say anything or make moves to change things, they're just going to remain the same. And of course, you're not able to take that anymore. That's what I'm getting. But let me tell you what's going on, because there's a lot of planets changing position this month. I'm just going to list them off and then I'll talk more about what I'm seeing. So we got the full moon in Gemini on the 7th. Now, the interesting part about the full moon in Gemini is we also have Mars in retrograde in Gemini, and that's your second house. So this is the house of, you being able to be stable, you being able to be secure physically. Okay, being comfortable, being secure. This is also your self-esteem, your self-value, your self-worth. This is the house where it's like, okay, are you going to be letting people push you around? Are you going to stand your ground and how do you present yourself to the world? That's your first house. But once you start communicating with people and connecting with them, how do you relate to them? So I feel like with Mars here in retrograde and the moon here, for many of you, it could be family members, cousins, siblings, okay? Aunties, uncles that you could be having some concerns with, or it could be you outgrowing some friends or finding out that friends betrayed you in some way, shape, or form, or you already found this out and you're dealing with the aftermath of it. So I feel like for some of you, you could be dealing with that. Otherwise, it could be something going on in the workplace, okay? It could be that you may be doing things to get recognition, or you have already gotten recognition and there's people around you who may have an issue with that. So that could be something that you're dealing with, but I feel like you may have dealt with this before. Like you may just be, one of those type of people where wherever you go, you make things happen. So you're always going to have, people who are opposing that for whatever reason. For some of you, it could have been friends. It could have been family members. For others of you, it could be, people you work with or people you're in organizations with or whatever connection you have with this energy. Now, I feel like some of you may have gone to school, some of you may be graduating, so congratulations. I feel like it's more so for those of you who are getting PhDs and master's degrees. Some of you could be studying spirituality, the occult sciences, is what I'm feeling. Some of you, I feel like you're putting two and two together. You're going through a spiritual ascension. Things are starting to make sense to you now. I just feel like a real sensitive energy here, especially with that second house with the full moon on the 7th with Mars. I feel like this is something that you won't be able to deny. In reference to the types of people you hang around with, your lifestyle choices. I feel like you're looking back at these things. If you already haven't, you might be. Okay, so that's with that full moon energy. Now, what could be agitating that is this Jupiter energy and Neptune and Pisces. I feel like like I said, you see people for who they are. Or it could be, I don't know if people are having issues with you, Taurus, and the chickens are coming home to roost. But I feel like for some of you that could be the case, and that's unfortunate. But for the majority of you, I feel like you're just putting your foot down and you're going. I feel like your transformation has been long and hard. It's been difficult for some. I feel like but you're realizing now. I feel like for some of you, you're gonna get it, especially as these planets come into your 9th house in the middle of the month. Well, first of all, you got Mercury going into your 9th house on the 6th. Venus coming in right after on the 9th. The Sun coming in right after that on the 21st. Pluto is already there. And then you're going to have the full moon in Capricorn show up on the 23rd. All of this energy is going on in your 9th house at the same time. All of that energy. This is a powerful, powerful transformation going on for you, specifically in reference to karma. Okay. Very karmic energy, very karmic in nature. Okay. Hopefully you're on the good side of it. Like I said, for some of you, it consists of graduation. Somebody could be writing a book, considering writing a book. I feel like for some of you, you could be going through separation or divorce, or you have already gone through that and you're just thinking back about this. I feel like for some of you, you are changing. I feel like this change is not just it's like like the people that you were dealing with, I don't feel like you're going to be dealing with them anymore. I feel like this is final, because you're like Earth, right? Well, not like Earth. You're a fixed sign, right? And us fixed signs, once we're finished with someone, we're finished. But it takes them, they have to do a lot to us. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're at that point where somebody or someone or some people have done a lot. And now you're at the point where you're coming up out of that energy and you have to transform things. Because that's where the South Node is for you, in your house of Scorpio, house of transformation. That's right in your relationship house. So your relationships are definitely changing and transforming. And you are learning lessons, the experiences that you've had that are now, some of you are changing your mentality. You're changing your spiritual beliefs. Some of you could be, some people could be, what do you want to call it? Going to mystery schools or considering mystery schools. There could be initiations going on. There could be graduations going on. And in reference to the spiritual realm between the 8th and the 9th house, where you got Mercury, Venus, the Sun, and Pluto. Well, Pluto's not changing, but those other ones are changing. And then you got the new moon coming there too. And Capricorn is a very spiritual entity as well. A lot of people don't realize that. I just feel like there's a lot going on here in reference to the transformation of your self-value, your self-worth, your self-esteem, how you carry yourself. I feel like a lot of people around you that you used to rock with may be on some, who you think you are? You think you better than? Oh, they too good now. Like they could be saying that about you. I feel like, you know, that energy is with your Saturn and your in Aquarius in your 10th house. You know, that might be your reputation. Oh, he always working, or she always busy, or they always got something going on. They're never, you know, they're not around, or they think they better than. Yeah, and so with Jupiter here and Neptune in your 11th house, I feel like you're focusing on your goals, you're focusing on your dreams, you know, and you're considering taking risks. For some of you, you're looking at the things that maybe you didn't do that now you may want to do. I feel like this is like a domino effect. Like you coming out of certain relationships has opened up a portal for you. Like I feel like you are more what's the word, adventurous than you've ever been before. You're willing to take risks that maybe you weren't going to take before. Some of you, you know, hopefully you're not in regret, but you may be looking back at like, damn, why was I thinking that way before? Or I see where I may have lost out because of the way that I was thinking. But this is change here. There's some type of evolution going on for you, a spiritual evolution. You are evolving. This is very karmic for you. Because your 12th house here, you have Jupiter's coming back into your 12th house on the 20th. And then Chiron, which is already there, is going direct on the 23rd. This is all in your subconscious energy. You are being reprogrammed and rewired. Do you hear me? Whether you're, you know, someone who's on a higher spiritual level, or whether you're someone who's just, you know, maybe you don't really understand spirituality or religion, and maybe you're just trying to, you know, understand what the hell is going on in your world. Because y'all going through some things for sure, Taurus. So for some of you, you could be, there could be retirement, or someone around you could be retiring, whether it's a colleague or a coworker, whether it's you, whether it's your family member. So I get retirements. I get, people starting new positions, new jobs. If it's not a new position or a new job, it's a entrepreneurial venture. I just get that there is something going on. I'm getting, like, you know, people joining organizations like the Eastern Stars, the Masons, occult groups. Like I said earlier, I was getting energy of mystery schools, initiations. And if it's not in the spiritual realm, it's definitely in the physical realm, you know. I feel like there are people joining sororities, joining fraternities, but they're doing it on a master's level, PhD level. Secret societies based on, you know, what people study. Because this is the religious and spiritual energy as well with the 9th house. So there could be people who are theologians, you know, studying religious. Somebody may be in school for that, or somebody just may be doing that on their own time, studying different religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs. But there's also people, like I said, who are being initiated. There's people who are learning about, you know, a different type of religion or spirituality for the first time. There's definitely a shift. Beautiful energy. Now, as far as how people see you, they see you as you never around. You don't come around no more. Like I said, I got an energy of, you know, they think that you're better than. Some of you, you may have changed your religion and you may have changed your beliefs. And so as a result, people look at you with the Saturn and Aquarius energy in your 10th house. They may look at you as, oh, he don't drink no more. He don't smoke. She don't be out in the clubs no more. Like that, you know, like a lot of what you used to do, you're not doing that anymore. So if you were on it like that, you may not be anymore. But whatever you were doing, whatever lifestyle choices you were living, those are changing for you. Okay, especially with this Mars in retrograde in your Gemini house, which is your 2nd house. So it's like you may be looking at things like, okay, you know, this is not for me, or I'm bored with this, or I'm not interested in this anymore. It doesn't give me any, you know, excitement anymore with Mars in retrograde. And it doesn't excite you anymore because you're elevated now. You know, some of the things you were doing or the lifestyle that you were living, whatever it was, it don't have to be nothing bad. Like maybe you were a city person and now all of a sudden you want to live out on a farm. you know, or you want to learn about farming. Maybe you buy a ranch and you buy some land, and you have animals on property, and you have like a real life farm. It's a totally different lifestyle change. Yeah, totally different mindset, totally different mentality. So for some of you, this is still going on. So by the time Taurus season gets here, we're gonna chop it up again and see, how much you have gone through as far as your transformation and how deep it's been, and what you're experiencing now. But this is just a little something that I see is going on for you guys now. Yeah, so as far as career, like I said, you could be ending a job, or starting a new one, or retiring, or maybe someone around you is experiencing this, or someone could be graduating. I'm getting military energy as well, high honors in the military. Someone may have made it through, what is that initial process of boot camp. And so now, they're being assigned to whatever it is, their duty. People are getting ready to go overseas, is what I'm getting to. Yeah, because they see you as Saturn and Aquarius. So for some of you, they see you as military, or they see you as police or judges, or so a lot of people graduating law school, or going to taking things to the next level in the legal system. No matter what branch, the executive, the judicial, or the legislative, a lot of things going on there. This could be even somebody considering running for office or something like that as well. But I do feel like for some of you, there's something in the works. You got something in the works. You got something going on. There's been some type of major change or transformation, because you got all these planets coming out of your 8th house of Sagittarius going into your 9th house, along with Pluto being there and the full moon. Like, that's deep. The 9th house also has to deal with the ancestral realm, just like the 12th house does, but it's just it's in different ways. But both your 9th and your 12th house got a lot of activity going on. All right, a lot of past life activity, especially with Chiron here in your 12th house, and then you got Pluto and the full moon, or the new moon, coming in there into your 9th house. And all of this is coming out of your 8th house. So, very watery energy, very I feel like this is generational as well. It could be for some of you. All right, but just major changes going on. So your lifestyle is changing. Your lifestyle's changing. Your job is going to change. Everything about you is going to change. And that's beautiful energy. I can't wait to see what goes down with you guys. So let me know if you resonate with this. I love you guys, and this is what I see that some of you may be dealing with or looking at, and if it's not you, someone around you, through the month of December. All right, I wish you guys the best. Thank you for checking out the channel. I'll see you in the next reading.